some years ago, I felt that everything was okay. At that moment, I had some problems in my life, and I think that was a moment of breakout in my territory, in my life, my professional territory especially, but also in some personal topics, some personal issues. Thank you. At that moment, I started to study a lot about spirituality. And I started to read about self-development, about human experiences, about some of religion. And in some moments, I realized something. That even I was studying a lot about self-development, about spirituality, and even I could talk about the universe and about what about me, what about my feelings, what about myself, what about life, what I want in that moment. I realized that in the reality, I was stuck. And I ask you, do you feel in some moment in your life that even you are studying a lot, in the reality, you feel that something is not totally good? Some feel something like that. Dear Toastmasters, dear members of continuous and speakers, for example. What I realized in that moment is that in this time, in this specific moment of history, a lot of people is talking about spirituality, is talking about energy, consciousness. A lot of people feel that when you start to study this, everything, all in your life will be okay. That all be aligned in order to receive the abundance that you deserve. Thank you. And that all your life will be very soft. But what I identify is that the change is not in the study, it's not in the ideas. If you want to have real change in your life, you need to move, you need to act, you need to do something.
Right.
It's not only to be in one place, studying, and feeling with the universe, and asking to it to give you all the abundance that you deserve. What you need is to do something, to start moving. And this action will attract the energy that make the changes, the real changes in your life. Then, what you need to understand is that the changes are not built in the ideas, are built in the actions, in the energy, in the
Material?
excuse me?
Material?
Yeah. Thank you. And what do you need to do? I understand also that when you feel in that moment that you are studying a lot, you in some moments think that maybe you need to understand some things else, some other things. What happens in that moment in my life that was that when I started to study and to understand that there are some subjects, some topics that I didn't understand before, I start to see that there are a lot of more things that I need to recognize and that I need to understand. And then I start studying more. and to try to talk with a lot of people, with a lot of gurus, to understand more about the universe, about the energy, about what to do, about what about me. But also, with that, I cannot make changes. The real change starts when I finally understand that it's not important what else you need to understand. What it is important is to know and to be sure that whatever you have in this moment is sufficient and is enough to start moving, to start doing something. And that in the way you will understand a lot of things, more things. But the real change is to start doing, to start putting in practice all that you are you're understanding your ideas.
Okay.
And in that moment is when I start to construct my change in my life. Then what I realize is that the real way to make the abundance is not only to have all the ideas and all the map that you need to do to create that abundance. Is to don't have a perfect plan, but to start working in that way, and in the way you will understand, you will realize what other things you need to attract all the happiness that you want. Then, my invitation to you is don't stay looking only to yourself. Don't stay only looking to the stars. Don't stay only asking to the universe to give you all that you want, all that you deserve. You need to understand that you have all that you need to have all that abundance. But the real attraction law is not only thinking in a positive way, it's to act with all that positive way, but acting, attracting, and making all the actions that you need to do in order to materialize all the abundance and all the things that you want to have in your life. And this is my invitation to you. I don't know in which step are you in your life, but whatever what's the step in which you are, I ask you, I invite you to start acting, to start doing whatever you think that is correct. And maybe it was a mistake, but the only way to know if it's a mistake or is the correct way is acting. Then act, and you will materialize all the world.